Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fataris' Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fataris. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and on the menu this week we have Ice Cream Surfer, a chill cute 'em up. What kind of taste will it have? Let's get cooking and find out. From developer Dolores Entertainment, Ice Cream Surfer originally released on the iOS platform in 2013. Over the years, it would see release on several other notable platforms like the Wii U, the PlayStation Vita, of course PC, and most recently, the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4 and 5, and the Xbox One. So what brought this title to my attention after all these years was its release for the Japanese eShop and the PlayStation 4 and 5 as well, courtesy of publisher East Asia Soft. So I decided to try this one out as it's now summer and everybody could use a little bit of ice cream in summer. With that said, this is definitely a little bit more of a mediocre horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up, so not one that I feel all shoot 'em up fans need to play, but depending, you might find it still a cute, enjoyable playthrough. So with that said, let's dive in and see what we have. So the main menu is relatively bare bones, we're going to dive right into a new game. Here you can select one of the 5 characters and it's possible to play this game in co-op. It's a very enjoyable co-op experience, so you've got different ice cream types with superheroes associated with that. For our purposes today, we'll be playing with the Twister and the base ice cream cone. And 3 difficulty settings, easy, middle, and hard. We'll go middle today. It does have a little bit of loading time, so real quick plot, the evil broccoli is looking to destroy the flavor galaxy, and we're trying to prevent that. Basically, the whole idea is that the evil broccoli wants to force everybody to eat bland vegetables rather than tasty ice cream. That said, one thing that kind of shoots some holes in that is a lot of the enemies that we're defeating are ice cream or sweet based. Like we've got these polar bears riding ice cream, and then we've got this like weirdo here. We're riding a like tricycle. Anyway, this game definitely fits that cute 'em up vibe, very much in the vein of titles like Parodius. It's a standard horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up where we've got 2 forms of attack. We have our main shot, which varies from character to character. So a lot of them have kind of your straight shot. For Twister, it's has a little bit of a spread. The ice cream cones is a straight shot. You've got one that's a laser, one that's kind of a wave. And then the other character, or all the characters, also have a super move, which you power up by collecting the gems we're dropping. And here's like the ice cream cone super move, basically combining together the powers of ice cream and all the various like flavors. So they are like useful. You are both characters actually are invulnerable momentarily when in use, so they can definitely get you out of a bind. And as far as the gems are concerned, all the enemies do drop them when they're defeated, so it's fairly easy to like charge it back up, and it's made more so with some of the power-ups that you can potentially obtain. So there are a few different power-ups in the game. So the main one is different colored popsicles, which will power up our characters by our shot rather by 1 level. There's also a flashing popsicle, which acts as an invulnerability star. It makes the character invulnerable, and we can do heavy contact damage to enemies as well. So we're coming up on our first boss here. So this boss here is a seal that kind of is sending a mixed message. It has a I love ice cream tattoo on it, and for its attack, it sends these hearts at us, which is weird because, well, we're ice cream. Why would this like ice cream loving seal want to take us out? So just one of those like weird mixed messages things. And also, once again, like the hearts that it uses in attack like seem kind of counterintuitive to what Seal saying I love ice cream would want to do. and also brings to mind a particular problem that I feel this game has. So not so much in the first couple stages, but later on in the game, especially, you'll have difficulty separating the enemy shots from the background. So the primary enemy shots are these small purple bullets, and they do a really excellent job of blending in with the background, especially in stages where the background is tinted purple. So both from color and a size vantage point, I don't really feel that they designed that element of the game well at all. And there's other situations where it just feels like things don't mesh all that well on a graphic standpoint. Like that situation there's these power-up sections, and even after you've thought that you would think that the power-up has been fully cleared, you can impact that particular ice cube container and it will deal fatal damage to your character. Okay, so, and one last thing to note, throughout the course of the stage we are collecting these letters that spell ice cream. That's largely just for points, so, but it's, well, at least it's a nice, cute little feature there. So there you have it. That's Ice Cream Server served up for your enjoyment. This title itself is alright. So the minus flavors, then really the big one there are the problems with the shots and just the game kind of having some issues with being able to easily distinguish things from the background, knowing what might hurt you, what might not in certain situations, just leading to a little bit of frustration, really. And then overall, the length is okay. The game itself is a total of 6 stages, kind of progressing in the same way you see here. The first stage doesn't have that little space section, but all the stages afterwards do, kind of giving it a bit of a Gradius Parodius vibe, helping solidify that particular comparison. As far as the plus flavors are concerned, it is fun from a cute-em-up standpoint. So you do have the really fun, cute characters that we're playing as, and the bizarre enemies and the stages that we're going through. It's not super strong that way, but it definitely is present. And then we also have things like this weird boss here. A quick additional issue I do have with the game as well is the boss fights tend to be multi-staged and just feel like they take longer than they need to. And that'll just about wrap it up for this week's episode of Shoot 'em Up Saturday. So, Ice Cream Surfer, this one might be one that you could probably take a pass on in the long run. Well, that'll just about wrap it up for this week's episode. As always, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again next time.